Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've done a walkthrough of any kind, and I'm super excited to do this one, particularly because this game is newer. And, sorry, excuse me. Not only that, but, this game is actually really great. As you can see, my play time on the first game wasn't the greatest, but that was just because I didn't really know where a lot of stuff is, but now I do, so I'm going to try and go through it a second time with you all. This game is just something that my boyfriend and I are going to test out. It's like a co-op type thing. So we're going to start this up, and normally I would skip through the story and stuff, but since this is going to be for viewing purposes for some of you guys, I'm just going to let it play those stories. And I'm talking about this type of stuff right here. Sorry about all the noise. Just trying to snack before I do this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna say it early, not to spoil anything, but I ended up hating her later on in the game. She was a very hard battle. She's very towards the end. But my god. She was one of the only ones I really struggled with till I figured it out, and then she was really easy. But you'll see what I mean way later. Now you can roam around the room if you want. You ain't gonna get much from it yet. It's when you, after you go to bed and all that stuff, that you start to receive coins and rewards and all that stuff. So you might as well just automatically set yourself to the bed. While it's doing this, I am going to add some commentary to the fact that I am also very happy that this game came out, because for a long time I've been wanting another Luigi's Mansion, and I know there was the second one. I don't remember when it came out. I want to say it was like around 2003, 2004, if I had to guess. Well, maybe even later than that, when they did the 3DS. And I didn't like that game. I don't know why. I've heard that it just overall didn't do very well, but I don't know. I just didn't like it and didn't even play it because I hated it that much. And, so, when I heard about this one coming out, I had some very mixed emotions at first, because my brain was like, okay, finally they're gonna make another one again. But then again, another part of me was like, but what if it sucks like the second one? And thankfully, it doesn't. And now, again, mind you, that's just personal opinion. But, this one reminded me a lot of the first one. But it did have some of those, what's the word? It had some stuff going on to it that there wasn't with the, with the second one. And there was some stuff from the second one that continued on to this one also. But not so much that it made it unenjoyable. So, I don't know, I just really enjoyed this, and I was glad that it turned out really well with how bad the second one was, in my opinion. And so it gave me something to play, because I used to play the first one constantly. And the first one was a huge favorite of mine off the GameCube, despite the GameCube itself not doing too great. But it got to the point where I literally knew where everything was, and it just got to this point where it wasn't even fun for me anymore, because of the fact that I knew every little, like, secret, every move, everything about that game, so there was no surprise factor anymore. And this one still has that, being with it being brand new, and, just that type of stuff. Now you're probably thinking, what are you doing? I learned the other day, trying to do this part again, that you do unfortunately have to go through each room and kind of inspect them a little bit. You don't have to do a whole lot, you just kind of have to open things and take your time going to the hallway, because if you just go straight to the hallway, nothing happens. But you gotta, like, take a couple minutes of your time to just go through each room, because King Boo comes up the elevator afterwards. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going through each room, figuring, why not? Let's just open all the drawers and stuff, grab any possible coins, even though it's not giving them to me yet, and kind of go from there. Okay, let's see. Now we should head to the elevator, and he should appear. And this part kind of makes it seem like, oh crap, you could lose, which I think you technically could, but I mean, I feel like you would have to try to not pass this part, because of the fact that it's the beginning of the game, and all you have to literally do is run to the end of the hall, and go through the laundry chute, and you do trip over stuff, but he always kind of stays far enough back. So that's why I was saying, unless you intentionally stay behind, I don't think you could lose. But they make it seem very scary, because I remember watching clips of this myself before I actually had the game, and thinking, oh my god, this is in the beginning? Like, what? How are they gonna do this to you already? But, yeah, it's misleading for sure. Goodness. Oh my Jesus. Cracks me up how easy he is to scare in this. Oh, goodness. That was another thing I enjoyed about this game. Maybe I'm just a scaredy cat, but every once in a while, I would get something like this where the polterpup would pop out. And I don't want to say it obviously scared me because it didn't, but I would like kind of go, oh god, like it would jump because I wouldn't be expecting the dog to pop out. Or you would just have random ghosts pop out like out of nowhere. So they did try to kind of add that jump scare factor to the game. And even though it didn't like obviously really scare you, it still left for that surprise factor of, oh, when's something gonna come out, and kind of left that excitement. Now it's gonna make me do the tutorials. It always makes you do this part even if you know what you're doing, just so that it can, you know, kind of wish you could skip it, but unfortunately you can't. But thankfully it's pretty quick, especially if you know what you're doing. It is kind of annoying to a certain extent because you have to like go back and forth with the floors and stuff, because like right now I've got my vacuum but I don't have my plunger and I don't have my gooigi factor, so you do have to come back. Like you got that gem hanging out inside that middle one right now that I can't grab because I don't have the plunger, but I do come back to grab all the money and stuff that I can get. And then you go and it's like as you get the stuff you have to come back and, you know, receive that stuff. Or like one of the moves that you get way later in the game is the super suction, I believe it's called, or something like that, where you have to like plug the vacuum into this like volt thing and it makes the vacuum like twice as strong. But you don't get that for a very long time. So you do have to occasionally come back to each room, probably 3 or 4 times. Not really like with the super suction so much. That's more just like you have to go back to like 1 or 2 rooms. But with like the gooigi and the black light and that type of stuff, you do have to come back. So, you know, it gets to be kind of tedious, but Once you have everything, you don't have to do it. You just gotta cover everything as you're on the floor and whatnot. Ouch. Sorry about that. Now, you don't have to be super OCD about the money like I'm being. I just like to do this so that I can get as high of a rank as possible. And also to make sure that I don't miss any gems or nothing like that. Like, see, you got that one, but I need the plunger for that. Excuse me. So what I'm going to try and do filming-wise is I'm going to try and do this floor by floor. Obviously, this beginning part isn't going to work that way with the fact that you have to get Gadd and all that and go back, and then you got to do one or basement and all that. What'll probably happen is I'll rescue Gadd, and then I'll go through those, you know, until I get to, I believe it's the maid. I think she's the first, or no, sorry, the steward. And then after the steward, I'll probably stop filming and then go from there until the maid. And then everything after that, once I start receiving floor pieces, that's when I'll probably start filming floor by floor. It just depends how this plays out. Come on. I do like that they added this feature, which I'm pretty sure I didn't make it. Like I said, I didn't really play the second one long enough to like get everything. And I saw something about the second game having that feature where you could toss them back and forth. But it's a very great thing to have in this one for sure, because it makes things a lot easier. I do like that it makes it so you can see where they're aiming, so you don't have to, like, worry about missing. Because if you did, I would miss. Guarantee it. Oh my god. That is something I learned with this game, is you have to literally check everything in every room and try every move you can think of and everything, because if you don't, you're most likely going to miss something. Because I missed a lot of stuff in my first play around, and then what happened was I came back and I'd watch videos on how to do certain stuff, and I'd be like, how did I miss that? Like, it would frustrate me, because it would be the most obvious thing that I just didn't think of. that's right. My bad. Such a dick, laughing at my fear. Oh yeah, and then he doesn't tell you right away, but this is when you get the plunger. So you can start using it to open things, which in this there's nothing, but I was just showing. And I believe there's actually something in this one. So we're gonna go over here. There is a gem in that room, but you can't get it until you get gooigi. But I know there's a chest over there. I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember if it's behind the wall or not. No, it's right. Okay. I'm just trying my best not to waste too much of your guys' time. Like I do with most of my walkthroughs. I try not to waste time. I try to just do these things as efficiently as I can. That way you're not in a moment of trying to fast forward constantly or anything like that. I believe this is the only thing in here that needs to be opened. But I'm gonna check everything anyway just in case. Yeah, 'cause we already did that. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I just wanted to look at something real quick. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll film this one until I get the maid and get Gadd his stuff, and then after that I'll start filming by floor, because I believe that's when they focus on floor, because you get gooigi. So, that's the plan. Now he wants you to go get his briefcase. So what we're going to do... Well, first we're going to go to 1, because there's a gem I can get right now. And then we'll go to 5 and focus on going... He'll get mad at you, but you go room by room just to grab, like, coins and stuff like that. Or you can fast forward just to where I go to his room. And, then do that part. But he gets mad because I go room by room to get the coins, and he's all, what's taking so long? Because he wants you to go get his briefcase. Which is the same briefcase that gets stuck by the maid, or whatever. And I lied to you guys. I said I was going to get 1 gem on this floor. I'm getting 3. Because these ones are really simple to get. Thing is, I know how to get the other 2 that I won't have yet, but I can't get them yet because I don't have gooigi. Really? Okay, now we'll go to floor 2. Or sorry, not 2, 5. And he's gonna just now tell you about the plunger because he figures, oh, now you might want to know about that. Yeah, gee, thanks. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. Oh my god. I remember the first time I played, I was trying so hard to move that stupid couch, not realizing I needed gooigi. And then when you get gooigi, it's like the most easiest thing. So now I'm gonna do what I was talking about and get all this stuff. Which gets you coins, and there's actually a gem, I believe. Behind that wall. So he gets upset because you're doing other things, but at the same time, I mean, you could do them later, but I like to go one thing at a time just so I get everything and don't forget anything. And actually, I didn't even discover this the first time I played. I was on my second file trying to get to the gooigi point and found this. This just back here is just coins. It's nothing like special. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, that's what I'm talking about with surprise factors. It's little stuff like that. But anyways, it shows the gem in that room. But you also have the chance to get all these spiders, get all this money, which again is optional. I just prefer to. And then I'll show you guys how to get that gem. And then we'll continue on. Now, if this was real life, this would scare the living hell out of me, trying to walk on a thing that thin. Like, no way. No, come on, dude. You're alright. I did enjoy the factor of the map on this one, the way it is. The fact that you can see it in the corner. You don't have to, like, click anything to know where you're going like you did in the first one. Not that the first game is really hard to find anything. It's really not. But I don't know about the second game if it had a map or not. I just know it's a lot easier to access, so that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about having to click a special button. It's just there. That chest up there is one that I still have yet to figure out how to get. But I'm assuming it's probably just a pearl or money, so I don't really worry about it too much. I just figure it's not really that important. One of these times maybe I'll figure out how to get to it. There's got to be a special way, I'm sure. Wait, actually, I think I remember how to get to it. Just kidding. Nope, I lied. Okay. No worries. So that's this room. We'll go on. Continue on to the rest of the rooms. Making sure there's nothing here that I'm missing. I don't think so. See, he starts telling you, hurry up. Thing is, I'm not going to. I'm going to go room by room. But I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible for you guys. I mean, you are going to have to come back to these rooms later, as you can see, with stuff like that for Gooigi, but it's always nice to kind of knock out some of the stuff so then you don't have to do as much when you come back. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but alright. And as you can see in the corner, we're starting to get to his room almost, where there's an exclamation point. He's probably still going to yell at me once or twice, because I'm not still there yet. But I still like to check every room, no matter what he says. Almost there. Excuse me. Yep, I was waiting for it. I knew he was going to yell at me again. I forget how to get it to come down. Oh, that's how. I was like, wait a second. Don't worry, I'm gonna go back to the gym. I just wanted to grab that real quick. Oh. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, do I have to have Luigi to do this? But no, I figured it out. Alright. So now we're gonna go to his room like he wants me to do so badly. And then after her, I'm gonna end this video for you all and do it on the next one. And there's him calling, and he's gonna find out the briefcase got stolen, and so on and so forth. And he yells at you more, go get my briefcase! You're just like, okay, entitled old man, hold on a minute. You just kind of have to do this for a second, and then right as you go to back out, the ghost will appear. And then it gives you the option to attack him, which you gotta get for the gem, so... No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. I'm trying to put this stupid thing down. Now we're gonna go off to the room that she ran away to get the box. Dude, I'm still trying. Oh, that's right. He tells you about the save point, that every time you enter or leave a door, it saves your game. But you gotta wait up to 10 seconds for it to save or whatever. So we'll go back to the lab, and I'll show how we get gooigi and all that, and then I'll end the video. And continue it on to the next one. Hang on, I see something. I wanna check it out just in case. Oh, that's right. I remember this now. Shows that, so that you're like, how do you get to it? And it's something really easy, but since you have to go back to the lab first, you kind of have to wait to see it. So as soon as it ends the tutorial video of gooigi, that's when I'll end this. Since it is going to want me to show you how to use gooigi, even though we already know how. Because he'll tell you how. And even though we all know gooigi here can't walk through water, you have to do it anyway because he'll ask you to, and he'll be all, entertain me, walk through the water, and then he laughs, and you're just like, kind of like, wow, you dick. So you're going to press your R button, like the R stick, and get your gooigi here. Come on, man. And just for his entertainment, you walk through the water. And he starts telling you about the different multiplayer co-op things you can do. And that's that. I'll see you all in the next video.